Hmm. Give me a fork so I can eat. My plate. This table is a mess. I really need to get this table together. I know I'm a couple minutes late. You know how people, when you know you're guilty, you just don't really say anything.
You already logged in?
Hmm?
You logged in that fast?
I'm logged in. They're already commenting, trying to let me have it because I'm late.
You got a little follower.
I'm late because of Terrence, y'all.
Don't put me in there.
He's sitting in there. He don't want to be seen. You didn't know I was going to be nothing. Be quiet, Marika. I just got in from the gym. Let me get to my notes. Good evening, Tracy. You will have your cards tomorrow, darling. Marika, you text me? Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. Terrence laughing. This is the live version of So Much to Say, the Facebook Live. You're welcome, Tracy. Thank you. Tracy orders from greeting cards. Hi, Carolyn. The website is sayitintacard.com. Marika says she texted me at 9:04 p.m. I had to stop and get me a little something to eat. All right, so I need my notes. All right, so people, listen. I had a great weekend. Is that a little something in my corner? I went to the Taste. It was a vegan taste. Hi, Bianca. Look at them telling me they want to know what I'm eating. Y'all a mess. So I went to the vegan taste on Saturday. And let me tell you, it was kind of unorganized. Black folks was running it. Now listen, now, I'm gonna celebrate y'all when I need to celebrate y'all, but I'm also tell y'all when y'all wrong. Okay? Y'all were wrong. This is like the 6th or 7th annual. So y'all need to have y'all shit together. So here's how it worked. You had to RSVP online. I RSVP'd for myself and another person. I went with my friend Nanise, who was here the other day. She and her husband went. And then I met my friend Lynn over there. Would you grab me something to drink, please? It's down here on the bottom.
Just one little water.
You gonna drink water?
It's only one.
I have more water over there in that pantry. You know I keep extra.
I don't
Well, you know.
that often.
So I RSVP online, so it was free to RSVP. It's fish. It's grilled fish, and it's broccoli and rice. You know it. You know it's It ain't no meat. They said stop treating Terrence like Benson. So, you gonna come over here?
No.
Not on the camera, but
I'm about to read my book
read what book? Now you read?
every night for the hour.
Well, you still haven't read either one of my books.
I have not. Just wasn't of my interest.
Oh, he's trying to get fucked up, y'all.
What's he saying?
He's trying to get fucked up.
I don't know yet.
It wasn't no interest.
Not my interest.
So listen. Hey, what's up, Kelly Stewart? She's in the second book, y'all. Kelly Stewart. She's in the second book. And her parents. So listen. All right, Carolyn. I appreciate it. I saw some orders came through over the weekend and today for the t-shirts, the So Much to Say podcast t-shirts and sweatshirts. I keep saying sweatshirts, but it's hoodies. So thank you. We're about halfway there. So I RSVP'd for the taste. Get over to the place. And I find out that you actually had to pay $10 for 5 eating tickets. So basically you could take 1 eating ticket to each place and they would give you like a little sample. So each ticket was basically worth $2. So I get over there and I don't have any tickets. So one of my friends had gotten there before me and she said that she purchased the $10 thing, but then when she got over there, still had to get in line just to get it. And there was a long ass line just to get her 5 little eating tickets. So she in line, and then you got to get in line for each place that you go to eat. So it's like, okay, this is too much. So when I got over there, I just asked the people, listen, can I just pay you something just to taste what I want to taste? So they let me do that. So I paid like $1 for the samples that I was trying. It was nice. It was cool. I mean, what I'm realizing is most of these vegan places, they all serving the same shit. Chickpeas, kale. It's the same shit. So I'm gonna have to really be inventive and find my own stuff. This is a lemon fish grilled and broccoli. I can't eat this bread because I'm sure it got milk in it. I took a bite of it though, I forgot. Okay, so here's what I wanted to talk about. Let me get over here to my notes. I'm looking at my computer. Trust. No more chicken. All right, so did you guys watch the daytime Emmys? I did not watch the Emmys. And I'm going to tell you why. They don't have enough black people winning. And I already know. We won some first time awards tonight. It was a lesbian or somebody in the LGBTQ who won for something. What was her name? Lena White for screenwriting or something. Writing in a comedy. And then Sterling Alton. What's his name? Sterling. What's the guy name from This Is Us? Sterling K. Brown. Isn't that his name? He won something. So I think all of that is great. But my thing is, I'm going to need y'all to support the NAACP Awards and the Soul Train Awards and the Black Awards, like y'all be running to the Grammys and to the Emmys and to the Oscars and all that other shit. Because the thing is, we have to make our awards prestigious and just as important as these white ones. Because if we make the white awards like so prestigious and right, if we set a standard that the white awards mean more, then of course, like we feeding into this whole idea that white is better. But did you know that when you when you win like an Oscar as an actor, you can command more money. So I understand why black artists want to be recognized by white award shows, whether it's the Grammys or the Tonys and all them other awards, because it gives them the option, or it gives them the visibility, and it could take their craft to another level. So I get that. But in terms of us, the viewing audience, we have got to stop acting like their shit matters more. Because we all know that we the trendsetters. Right? And so when Issa Rae was on that red carpet and they asked her, they said, if you want to keep interjecting, you need to come on over here and be closer to the, so they can hear you. Now he trying to act like he engrossed in his books. He just learned to read. But, you know, so when Issa Rae was on that red carpet, and she was like, and they were like, well, who do you want to see win tonight? She said exactly what I would have said. I'm rooting for all of the black people. I just want the black people to win. Because that's me, because I be watching Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, Family Feud, and I be wanting the black people to win. And y'all had no shame in saying it. So when she said that, I was like, oh, definitely. Now, where are my notes? Let me get to my notes. Oh, so the correlation that I was going to make with the award shows is, just like I think it's important for us to laud our own award shows, I think it's important for us, and I know this is kind of a stretch, but it's the same kind of concept. It's just like how we get all bent out of shape when a white cop or a white cop gets off for killing somebody black. And it's like it looks like a open and closed case, like with the Rodney King thing, like with the Trayvon Martin thing, or just whatever else in history. We got to stop trying to get out of jury duty. Now y'all quiet. We will break our necks to get out of jury duty. Tony, not only is Tony late, but Tony hasn't purchased the books or ordered a shirt. Shit falling over. There's so much to say. Podcast, hoodies, sweatshirts, V-necks for ladies are available. There's a link right up there for you to purchase your So Much to Say paraphernalia. But what is this whole idea about? All right, Ken said he goes to jury duty. But see, we need representation on those juries. Because otherwise, if it's majority white people, then of course they're gonna vote. They're gonna send us to jail in most cases. But we so quick to want to jump out of jury duty, we make all these excuses. Right? And y'all know the VH1 Awards, Hip Hop Awards are coming on. Are they on now? Terrence, I was hoping you were going to come over here so I can watch it and talk while I'm looking at it. He acting all antisocial and shit.
I can log it in for you so you can watch it over there.
Can you please? What was the other thing I was going to say? Now, what's with the... Terrence, I can multitask. Why is he trying to tell me what to do? Terrence, y'all, guess what? This whole Kevin Hart thing, now let's argue about that. Now let's argue about this Kevin Hart shit, okay? Now I'm going to say what I got to say about it, and I'm going to be done with it. This rice is pretty tasty. This Kevin Hart shit, they said, is that Terrence, the bad cameraman, Terrence? Y'all shady as fuck. Can you log in for me so I can look at it? He all around the corner and shit. Okay, so this Kevin Hart thing, first of all, the wife ain't going nowhere. Nico. And I wouldn't either. Kevin Hart was caught on videotape having sex with at least 2 women. Okay? And it got leaked. So it got leaked. And then he made this whole proclamation the other day about how he was apologizing to his wife and to his kids, and he feels horrible, and this, that, and the other. And then people were running around wondering if his career would be in jeopardy. I don't think it's... Uh-uh. Mm-mm. It's the same. The title of the book. But capital W, capital N, capital S.
What's the name of the book?
Words Never Spoken. You didn't know the name of the book? He about to get fucked all the way up. So, he apologized to his wife. He apologized to his kids. But here's the thing. Tori Hart, the ex-wife, the first wife, the one with the mother of the kids, she was saying all along that the motherfucker was a cheater. Now, I don't believe, though, they talk about, oh, Terrence got to go. Because she won't come over. So, my thing is this. I don't think that because you cheat one time that makes you a cheater. That does not make you a cheater. I cheated once. I cheated when I was 27 years old. But at my core, I am not a cheater. All right, LaTracy, good night. I'm not a cheater. So I don't necessarily think that was the case with him. But I was pretty much sure that he was cheating because I follow his Instagram. And on his Instagram, he just talks too much about his wife. He's always talking about if he either talking about his career or he's talking about his wife. He's talking about my rib and she's the most beautiful woman in the world and just da-da-da-da-da. And yeah, just bullshit. And then I watched The Breakfast Club. I told you guys with Charlemagne. And look, he got caught on that camera, so now he walking. Can you come over here so I can see the thing?
No, you need...
All right, come on, bring it here.
No, because I can feel the energy that you...
I turned it around. But he always talking about his wife and his rib and all this other stuff. And my thing is, who are you trying to prove something to? Us? Or you trying to prove to yourself that she's enough to keep your attention? Because I felt like he was always talking about how beautiful she is and she's more than any man could want for. And what's she looking for? So I just felt like it was a bunch of bullshit. And he was just on The Breakfast Club not long ago talking about how this is not the day and age to be trying to cheat because we live in the age of cell phones and camera phones, and he'd be too paranoid that somebody was going to have a phone and catch him doing something. And here he is on a goddamn camera phone, got caught fucking 2 women. 2. And so it's like, really? Cut it out. And so I just don't think that, I think that all men have propensities. That does not mean that I think that all men cheat. That's not what I'm saying. I believe all men have propensities. And whether you're talking about a Bill Cosby and his propensities, or you're talking about Kevin Hart, all men have propensities. Is this a deal breaker? Should she leave him? Do you think he should leave her? I mean, do you think she should leave him? If I was married to him, I wouldn't leave this time. I wouldn't leave. I wouldn't leave right now. It would be hard. It would really be hard. It was.
You should wait to watch it.
Just turn it up a little bit. Just a little bit. It's just coming on?
Because the recording has to stop. Record. This is the middle of it.
Oh. I don't think she should go anywhere. I mean, at least not this time. I mean, she's pregnant. Like, why would she leave him right now?
Wendy?
Yeah. Why would she leave him right now? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Because my thing is, some of y'all with some of these basic ass, broke ass men, and y'all staying after they cheat. What I'm saying is, as the older I get, I realize that cheating isn't necessarily a deal breaker. Now, I'm not saying it's not a deal breaker for me, because I don't know if I'm made of that stuff. I tell y'all all the time, I don't know if I'm made of that stuff to stay if somebody I'm with cheats. But in terms of this situation, they're about to have their first child together. I mean, they just got married. I mean, it's sad that he didn't fucked around and they just got married. I mean, they've been married 20 minutes. They've been married for 20 minutes. So, I mean, I think it's unfortunate that it happened. But I'm looking at this Wendy Williams, because see, I gotta talk to y'all about Wendy Williams and see. Wendy something. But I know she feels awful. I know she has to feel awful. I know she has to be embarrassed. I'm going to tell you who's laughing, though, is that Tori Hart, that ex-wife. I know she is laughing all the way silly, laughing herself silly. Because she and the current wife, they've been getting into it over social media. They recently just got into it. And the current wife was trying to say that the ex-wife was lying, and because the ex-wife, Tori Hart, was saying that Kevin and the current wife were cheating when they were together. And so there was just this whole brouhaha about that. But I feel bad for the current wife. It's embarrassing. I feel bad for his children. But I don't know if I'd be able to trust him. I don't. And what's up with these Facebook pokes? Why y'all be poking me on Facebook? What that mean? What them pokes mean? Now, Wendy Williams, no, she full of shit. Wendy then put them pictures up from her vacation where y'all were talking about her and how she looked bad. Her legs and stuff. They showed the better of those pictures. They didn't show the bad ones. Hey, Shauna. Hey, Tracy. A poke means, hey, big head. I thought it was a flirt. These are sweet as fish. I hung out on Saturday night. Went to see some strippers. I'm grown. It's a little warm in here. It's not warm to you? Terrence? You not warm? I think a poke means they like you. They're trying to get your attention. I don't understand why they. She wouldn't be able to come to my house late night like that, unannounced. Marcus, you never inboxed me. Marika, you trying to get poked? Here she go. Wendy's so full of it. What's up, Raymel? They look, Wendy. They. What's up, George Shaw? Look at him talking about turn it up.
And, I could buy a booty or wear booty pops or something like that, but I'm done with all that. You know what I mean? And, I'm not doing that. Shout out to the lovely T.I., who was very civilized in his comments regarding my...
I don't know if these are vegan.
But he threw the ball, but he was very civilized. Well, T.I.
There ain't nothing in here I can't eat.
Like you don't have height, which is why...
Look at Carolyn to my 2 hours. They good.
We're not fighting. In the name of nature and king and your cute family, we are not fighting. We are just grown people throwing subtle shade.
It is all sugar.
And then to wind up the whole summer, so man calls me and he's like, get ready, yo. My man sounds like Vin Diesel, so just picture that. All right, get ready, yo. Put on something. We're gonna, round out the summer nice. I got a surprise. I'm like, okay. Because I keep a very organized closet, so if you call me out, I can jump into any one of my numbers. Yeah, because life is hectic. Like, who needs a messy closet? Anyway, I organize. So I jumped into
They are vegan?
mini dress with a turtleneck and long sleeves and yeah. Look, I throw on my top knot wig featuring heavy bag and my Gucci glasses that I took off the table from Trendy and Wendy here on the show.
So I went to see some strippers on Saturday with 2 of my friends.
And the music is thumping,
One of which is the friend that I told you about from Trader Joe's. That's going to come on the podcast.
80s, like that. So, I'm bouncing. I have no idea where we're going. We passed through Manhattan. Next thing you know, we're in Queens. I'm like, and I'm looking like, okay, where are we going?
I had to crack my back.
City Field to see Nas. It's already enough that this man is a part of my everyday life. Like every day. By the way, he is my number one. Like Biggie and the rest. Respect. But he's my number one. So he did all the music. Whose world is this?
So I'll be in Houston on Thursday.
Halftime, New York State of Mind, and I knew all.
So I'm just trying to get through this week. Like, I was tired today. But Tracy, you ordered your greeting cards. I wanted to make sure that you would have them tomorrow. So I took care of that. And then she about to talk about,
The biggest story going right now.
she's talking about the Kevin Hart thing.
He's in the middle of a huge cheating scandal. The girl is allegedly extorting him for $10 million. Allegedly. Well, no, you shoot high, and then you settle for the 1.5. Anyway, so someone allegedly caught Kevin on tape having sex with another woman, not his wife, who, by the way, is 31 weeks pregnant.
Not 31 weeks.
So, yes, this is his second wife. So this someone is extorting the $10 million. And TMZ posted an image from the video, and you'll take a look. Do you think that's Kevin Hart? Well, the thing is that I'm not mad at the girl, because there's not room at Boston University for every girl. There's some girls who gotta do the
No, he doesn't need to pay her now because it's already out. Like, he doesn't need to pay her.
I mean, and that's a fact. But I'm mad at
He doesn't need to pay her.
because Kevin, why is there film rolling? You're busy on her boob, if that's you, and she's looking at the camera like, yeah.
I don't know. How many of you would stay if it was you and he had cheated on you?
But all I'm saying is, if you're a rock star comedian who stays at the top of the Forbes list, why wouldn't you
Somebody just tried to call my phone.
come into your territory where you know there are no cameras?
What vegan fish?
You check cell phones. Like, really? You're the Kevin Lee Hart.
Yeah, the FBI, I think, is involved because I think she was trying to extort him.
And by the way, give me your bag so I can make sure you don't have a second phone.
I don't understand it. If I ever get caught in the scandal, I don't want to hear nothing about it.
And if you don't want to play by my rules, I can get another. He's the Kevin Lee Hart. Which, by the way, he's also married.
You would stay, Tracy? Kent would stay?
Who was just caught in July with another chick.
Yeah, women stay for less. And I'm not...
His wife is pregnant. And
So he was caught in July with somebody else. And then he was caught with this other woman.
oh, Kevin, I love you.
Now, he may have a pattern of cheating.
In movies, for God's sakes.
So, I mean, she may just want to go ahead and cut her losses. But my thing is, you can leave him and go to another relationship and have similar problems or worse problems. And I'm not saying you stay just because he got money. But you need to really weigh whether or not
Situation by
you want to still be with him or not. That's the question.
social media before this news.
I would talk about it on my podcast.
I'm so happy to be back here with you.
You know what? I would be so open about so many things.
I love Layla.
Kent, you said you left a message up here?
I'm a worker bee. So, thank you again for waiting. Anyway,
Kent, I don't see it.
So, the news broke, but before it broke, he wanted to get in front of the problem. Take a look at this, and then we'll discuss.
I made a bad error in judgment and put myself in an environment
I want to know what that wife's feeling.
did. And in doing that, I know that I'm going to hurt the people closest to me, who I've talked to and apologized to, being my wife and my kids.
I don't know if I could stay, Tracy. I hear you and I understand.
If I were him, I would not have done this. Because that's admitting that you did what you did.
Well, and at this point, he...
Code of the streets is lie, lie, and lie.
I don't know. I don't think that I could stay.
You know the code.
We would probably definitely have to separate for a little bit.
In my opinion, has a 3 to 5 year plan that she needs to work out.
Absolutely.
Don't do anything crazy, like divorce him right after you have the baby. Nope. Stay there. And I don't know whether you have a prenup, what's in it, or what. But when women become moms for the first time, particularly, we need that extra support system. The man in the house, and whatever else, our parents.
If I was the wife, I would stay probably for a little bit and then just sort out how I felt. And then if I needed to divorce him later, then I would.
That for every stack he gives you to go shopping, you store 75% of that stack somewhere over there.
I would just be stacking up some of that money that I get from him, and then I would probably leave later if I couldn't move past it.
Not messier than American Idol, though. See, Kevin, this is the thing. You gotta lay low and don't talk about this because the way pop culture moves, and I'm the Pope. What do you want to call me, the Pope? I'm the Pope of pop culture. But being the Pope of pop culture, I can tell you that by next week, Kevin, nobody's going to be talking about you and whatever you've created in your relationship. People move on very quickly. For instance, Kevin's story, because he's a rock star, is not as shocking to me as the mess going on at American Idol.
But do you think that just because a person is successful that they're going to cheat?
It's a mess over there. Okay, it looks like the show taping may be delayed because they can't find judges to join Katy Perry.
Maybe that's why my black ass single. Not that I have Kevin Hart's money, but I'm just saying. People think just because you moving and shaking and you doing some shit that you just got people you just fucking with and just got shit going on. I wonder if I would lose my mind if I came into a bunch of money tomorrow. Would I be fucking the kids, stabbing them left and right? Terrence, what are you reading? What are you reading? You acting all studious and stuff like you really smart. Like you like smart stuff. Why can't you sit on the other side of this camera and we just chit chat? You could have read that before you came over here. You look like you wanted to come over here and spend some time. Okay, but we can still talk. They can just kind of hear.
I will spend time with you once I'm done.
Well, how much more are you reading?
I do an hour a night.
Well, you should have did that hour before I came and scooped you up. What were you doing then? Chores? Is she in here? Were you doing chores? He gonna talk to me.
Excuse me?
Huh?
You said I was talking.
Why couldn't you read when you were home? Can you come over here and sit on this other side? They ain't got to see you. We got shit. Somebody said, walk him to the front door. Since he don't want to talk. Y'all shady as fuck. Is Terrence a date? No, he ain't a date. He think he my husband, though. You see that over there? That's my wall of quotes. Those are my original quotes right there. And I have some in my guest bathroom on the wall to inspire you when you come over. Terrence, you never said what you're reading. What are you reading? You are not reading a memoir. I ain't think about him.
I'll be watching only because we here at the show love a train wreck.
Oh, Wendy. She really didn't have anything to talk about today. She was gone the entire summer, and this is what you come and talk about? She's still talking about Katy Perry and American Idol?
Well, they start back up in 4 weeks and nobody wants to
It was great. We had a great time. Kids loved it.
I only have 40 million.
Not bad. They have a lot of fresh seafood. We ate a lot of seafood.
So they got 15 million left.
And nobody, like, Lionel Richie
Any sort of potatoes.
Not if she getting 25.
I know. I didn't see any soda bread
she's
whatsoever.
already signed.
A lot of beer.
Oh yeah, they already did. That's well, they better find some more budget to get somebody else. Unless they're gonna find. I'm gonna tell you who they can find for American Idol.
It was great. It was great.
She could have. They could get.
I couldn't go anywhere for 3 weeks. I would stab myself in the eyeballs.
We moved around.
But they could get somebody who wouldn't really cost. Let me see. If they get 2 people for about 7.5 million each, like they could bring on. They could bring on like a Bryson Tiller. They wouldn't even have to spend $7 million on him.
The Empire State Building.
That's fresh new talent. That would bring an urban audience. They could bring Bryson Tiller. They could bring.
Like we want to do something, or however this got all hooked up. I'm flipping the switch.
Wonder how much Frank Ocean would charge.
The color palette at home.
They could maybe bring Frank Ocean and Bryson Tiller, because even if Frank Ocean was 10 million, Bryson Tiller would be fine with 5 or 4.
The Statue of Liberty. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so grateful.
They need young, fresh talent.
And if you're walking around Manhattan tonight and you look just, flap it how you do it.
They need to what?
Because
They
it's
need
Wendy's Day at the
Instagram
Empire
sensation.
State Building. I can't.
Oh yeah, that could be. Yeah. Marika, shut up. I am talking to y'all.
So Randy Jackson
I am talking to y'all.
going after Janet's husband. All right, it's time for Keeping Up with the Jacksons. Hit it.
They ain't had nothing to talk about on this show today. So I heard these two young boys today.
So Janet's brother Randy.
These two black boys.
Janet is the youngest. But
And they were standing outside this school, and like one of the boys
about Randy's appointment.
ran, and there was two black boys behind him, and they were like, "Run, nigga, run!"
I remember stuff. At the Ralph's grocery store.
And there was a couple white kids out there too, and they looked at me. The white kids looked at me. The two black boys never even looked. So I walked over
So Janet's brother
and I said,
chill about it too. It was a real
"Hey,
short thing. He had on basketball
come here."
shorts, a pair of premium sneakers, and a Gucci t-shirt that was soaked. Like once he finished performing.
So I told them to come over. So I asked them their names, and so they told me their names, and I said,
I got misty in the car, but I swore to myself I wasn't going to cry.
"Which one of you just said run, nigga, run?"
But yes, it was a moving experience. Yes.
And he said, "Oh, that was me, sir." And I was like, "Is that a word that you use frequently? Is that a word that you use commonly in your everyday life?" He's like, "No, sir, it's not." I said, "So why are you using it out here today?" He said, I don't know, sir. I'm sorry, sir." I said, "That's not a word that you use in front of white people. That's not a word that you use in mixed company."
He used to call her a bitch
He was like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
on a regular basis.
I said, "All right, so be mindful of that.
Now see, don't we call each other names all the time?
Don't do it again." He's like, "Okay, sir, I'm sorry." You got to school these little kids.
Depending on the circumstance, you don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on. Listen, Janet says she felt like, allegedly, according to Randy, felt like a prisoner in her own home. Well, if he'd been doing this all along in their relationship, then why marry him? See, she took the next step to marry him, and then why get pregnant by him? And now you're trapped.
What time is it?
Wasim's attorneys are denying these allegations.
That's how they learn.
In our Hot Topics Bureau meeting, people are saying,
You gotta
"Oh,
tell
is
'em.
Randy talking?" And I said, because in my mind, Randy
Oh, you know I did. I schooled some little black girls one day too.
Jackson is royalty. She's not going on a Twitter rant.
Oh yeah, I had to get these 4 black girls together one day,
Sex about or TMZ
carrying on at this school.
going on in her life. She's royalty.
I mean,
That's where you have Randy to come in. Randy, here's what you tell him.
now I don't know if I'd have said that in Baltimore.
Does that make sense to you?
Oh, so these 4 black girls were carrying on one day,
Randy is the perfect
and I said, "Let me tell y'all something.
what she needs dispensed to us because Randy needs a paycheck. I mean, if you're stacking
This is not how you present yourself in a school." I said, "This whole Black Lives Matter movement, it's not just about the police brutality. It's also about black excellence." And I said, and for you guys to come to this school every day and carry on like 4 little idiots, I'm embarrassed. I said, I have nieces, and I would be embarrassed if my nieces cut up the way that the 4 of you cut up today in school. And they were like, "Oh, we're sorry." I said, "Don't be sorry. Be better." I said, because these little white kids that y'all in here playing with and running around with, they're going to have opportunities when they leave out of here. They're not going to be judged and held accountable for shit they did in high school like you are. I said, so when you come to school, you come to act like you got good sense. Ain't nothing good on TV these days. I mean, right now, everything is on hiatus. When is This Is Us coming on? Is that next Tuesday? A week from tomorrow? Oh, I can't wait for This Is Us. If y'all don't watch This Is Us, I'm imploring you to go to season 1 now. No, this is a receipt. I don't smoke, Tracy. You see these lips? These are not smokers' lips. Go to season 1 and watch This Is Us. If you haven't watched it already, I'm telling you, the show is brilliant. Do you guys watch This Is Us? Law and Order? Who watches that shit? Who watches Law and Order? That's the show where Ice-T is the only black person? Is he the only black person on there? Ice-T? It's the renaissance of black television right now. Yes, I believe that. But what I'm saying is all of the good shows are on hiatus right now. Power just went off. Insecure just went off. Is Blackish on yet? Blackish is not on yet. You know there's a spinoff. It's called Grownish. You heard it here first. It's called Grownish. I don't know what it's going to be about just yet. Queen Sugar is off. That's the mid-season finale, so that should be coming back probably in next month, October. Philip, you said this is your first time tuning in? Awesome. Do you tune into the podcast? It's called So Much to Say. It's free. Talk about black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. Amen. We have sweatshirts and t-shirts. No, Sterling K. Brown is not the only black person on there. He got a whole damn family. He got 2 girls. He had a father that just died, and he had a wife. Cut that shit out. Now, speaking of shows with only one black person or no black people, Sex and the City. Sex and the City was one of those shows that did not have any black people. And when it was on the air, I did not watch it because I do not appreciate watching shows that do not have a black cast, like Beverly Hills 90210. Yes, I am a fan of Will and Grace. I actually just watched the last couple episodes of the final season so that when it comes on, I can, remember how it left off and that kind of thing. Hey, LaTanya Miles. But Sex and the City, like I told you guys before, it was 4 of those women. New York City represented the 5th character, right, of the show. New York City itself was the 5th character. Just like the mailbox in the movie Color Purple was actually a character. Did you guys know that? I'll come back to that and tell you how I knew that. So, how are you going to film Sex and the City in New York City? In New York City. And you don't see black people or Dominican people walking around in the background. Now, I'm not saying that one of their core friends had to be black. I'm not saying that. But the city was the 5th character, so they were always out somewhere at a club, at a restaurant, and you did not see black people or Dominican people. Cut it out. And Will and Grace did have black people. Gregory Hines was on there before he died. His secretary was the wife from Family Matters. Who else was on there that was black? On Will and Grace. There was some other black people in and out of that show. It wasn't a lot. But again, I'm not saying that the core Friends, because even like with Friends, the TV show Friends, I never watched that either, because you didn't see no black people on there. Blair Underwood came on Sex and the City, but that was damn near towards the end. The show had been on for 15 years. No, I'm just saying, it wasn't really 15. Oh yeah, Wanda Sykes was on Will and Grace. Wasn't she on Will and Grace? Wanda Sykes was on Will and Grace. So that's what I'm saying. Like, how you gonna not? That's why I'm telling y'all need to stop supporting these fucking award shows harder than you support the black ones. Like, y'all break your neck to watch the Emmys and the Grammys and all that white shit. But y'all ridicule and talk about the NAACP awards. They've gotten a lot better with their production. Amen. They've gotten a lot better. And so did the Soul Train Awards and shit like that. But we need to support shows that are going to honor us and acknowledge our talent. They don't always acknowledge us. And it's almost like us complaining that we don't get nominated for Oscars and shit. Like, I feel so conflicted by it because I feel like on one hand, why the fuck why do we care that they're not acknowledging us? or giving us an award. Like, why do we need their approval? We don't need their fucking approbation. There's the word for the night, approbation. But on the other hand, I do kind of feel like it is important for our work to be acknowledged by that platform because, like I said earlier, being acknowledged on that type of a platform, whether you talk about the Grammys or the Tonys or the Oscars, it takes your level to another level. It takes your work or your craft to another level a lot of times because you're exposed to more people. But we need to stop, acting like that's the end all be all. Who is Aisha Tyler was on Friends? And what season was that? And she must have had like a little in and out role because I don't remember seeing nobody black on Friends. Y'all do watch the Emmys and shit. What other white shows were on? They had Beverly Hills 90210. Now, I didn't watch that shit either. But Aaron Spelling said before he died that one of the biggest mistakes that he made was not having, I think it was Indian people. Because that high school in real life has more of an Indian population than a white population. And he ain't have no Indians on there. Right. If you're doing it right, it needs to be authentic. How you? Exactly. So it can't be a great show. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I came onto Sex and the City later. Like, when it was on the air, I was dating Carrington from the first book. I almost said his real name. But he used to be like, babe, come watch the show. He used to love the show. He used to love Sex and the City. And I'd be like, I was the same militant black me back in 2003, 4, and 5. And I'd be like, I ain't watching that shit. Ain't no black people on there. Fuck them. And it wasn't until the show went off that I ended up, a friend of mine, she had the whole series. She had the DVDs for the entire series. And I just watched it from the first one all the way to the end. And I absolutely fell in love with it because the writing was just undeniable. The writing was undeniable. It was genius. But, that was a boat that I missed. They didn't get none of my ratings. What y'all on here saying? She was dating wrong. Everything doesn't have to be black with me, but I just feel like a lot of shit needs to be black. It needs to have a presence. We are as much a part of this country as white people. So there should never be a show or a movie without black people.
So all black shows have white people?
Well, most black shows do have white people. Name a black show that didn't have white people. Martin had white people. Martin had white people. It wasn't a lot, but Martin had white characters from time to time. And even as a producer, exactly, the other DJ in the first season was white. Oh, I got to tell you about the mailbox in Color Purple too. But like as a producer, like I can't tell you how many times people have said to me, "Oh, well, you need to diversify your cast." Like my stage play is all black. I wanted the main characters to be black, but I did have like other characters that weren't like main characters. Somebody said the plumber on Martin was white. The fat guy. That's what I'm saying. The Cosby Show had white people. A Different World had white people. You cannot name the fucking Good Times had white people. You can Empire, Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder. You cannot name a black show and not have white people. But you can name plenty of white shows that didn't have no black people. You ain't seen no black people on the Fonzie show. What was that shit called? Happy Days. Wasn't a black person on there. I caught myself. The Fresh Prince had white people, but my principal characters in the play were black. Those 6 core characters. Now I was okay with some of the secondary characters being diverse, but I've had people say to me, "Well, you would get funding for your project if you make these characters white. Some of these characters white." No, that's not the story I'm trying to tell. That's not the story I'm trying to tell.
Well, that's not the story they're trying to tell.
But I wasn't completely turned off to have white people in the show. and you can't. My point is, with Sex and the City, again, they didn't have to have a black girl as one of the girls, but you can't do a show in New York City and we see the background and you don't see black people or Dominican people, or not just Dominicans, but Hispanics, period, Puerto Ricans.
So they'll bring up Blair that and nothing.
Blair didn't come onto the show; was about to go off.
He still was there.
But my point is, if you're trying to depict New York City, you should, all of your extras should have been blacks and Dominicans, or not just Dominicans, Hispanics, black people, and white people. In New York, and some Asians, for God's sake, some Asians. You didn't see any of that. They didn't do a good job with casting. That's what I'm saying. They should have done a better job. Now, as far as the well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you can't name a black show that was void of white people. Every black, you cannot, if you can name a show, you name me a black show that didn't have a white person on there. I'll wait. But while you're thinking about that, I saw the anniversary of The Color Purple. It was a DVD I had bought. This was years ago. It was like the 20th anniversary of the Color Purple. So I bought this DVD probably in like 2004 or some shit. I don't even remember. But long story short, it was a DVD of The Color Purple, and it had a secondary DVD in there, and it was like the making of the movie. It was so interesting. It was like the making of the movie, how they cast the show. They talk about how they cast Whoopi Goldberg, how they cast Oprah Winfrey. I'll tell you that how they cast Oprah Winfrey, because that was really interesting. And then they showed you how they made the movie, and they talked in this DVD about how the mailbox that Celie kept going to, she was waiting for those letters to come from her sister. They talked about how that mailbox actually was another character. It represented a character. So I thought that was really interesting. Carolyn, you naming movies that got white people. There are no black movies or white movies. I mean, there are no black movies or TV shows that are void of white people. Even Girls Trip. What's her name's agent was white. The white woman was a pretty major character. Her book agent. So that's what I'm saying. Even Tyler Perry's shit got white people. Name me one of his movies that don't have white people. Hello? So, with respect to The Color Purple and how they cast Oprah Winfrey, some of you may have heard this story. So, Oprah Winfrey was just doing the Oprah Winfrey Show. It wasn't called the Oprah Winfrey Show. It was called AM Chicago at the time. So the show was not syndicated, meaning it was only shown in Chicago. It wasn't in other cities and countries. It was only in Chicago. So, as fate would have it, Quincy Jones was working with The Color Purple. He did the score. He did the music. So he was in Chicago when they were still casting for The Color Purple. He was in Chicago because some guy was suing Michael Jackson, has said he had written some of his hits on the Thriller album. So he had to be in court to speak on behalf of Michael Jackson. So that was the only reason he was in Chicago. So he was up the night before the court, and he couldn't sleep. So it was like 4 in the morning, and here come Oprah's ass coming up on TV. And he was like, oh my God, that's Sophia. And that's how they found her. So I say all that to say, when something is for you, amen, it is for you. So that's it. What's up, Bruno, down there in South America? Yeah, Toya, you need to order a t-shirt. It's a So Much to Say t-shirt. They're ladies' V-necks. And they're ladies' t-shirts. We have hoodies. They make wonderful gifts. Christmas is coming up and shit. We have all sizes. We have wide frame. Is that right, Tracy? Wide frame. Latanya Miles, you can order a t-shirt too, or a sweatshirt up here in the thing. But yeah, so that's how they cast her. But the thing that was interesting about The Color Purple too was the movie was actually set. It was set in Georgia. but they actually filmed it in North Carolina, right? So they filmed it in North Carolina, and it was actually the summertime when they filmed it. If you remember, most of the movie in The Color Purple, remember, it was supposed to be wintertime. Remember, they always had on coats and shit. It was hot. I mean, it was cold because they always had on coats. And remember, it was snow and shit. Well, what happened was, it was actually summertime, and they filmed it somewhere here in Georgia, but it was set in North Carolina. And so they showed how they actually made it look like it was snowing, because they used like a mixture of like Epsom salt and I don't think they said flour. I think it was just like Epsom salt and maybe something else that kind of made it give the illusion of snow. And then, like, remember the scene where they were running through the field when they were running through the purple flowers? Well, they weren't really purple. And remember back in 1983 when they filmed that movie, computer imagery wasn't a thing yet. They didn't have computer, like, all that shit, So what they did was they actually had to spray paint. They had to spray those flowers to make them purple because they were pink. So it was really interesting. I think sometimes they do use mashed potato flakes and stuff now, but for snow. But in this movie, they were saying they used like Epsom salt, and I can't remember what else. I think it was just like Epsom salt. It may have been flour. I don't remember, but it was Epsom salt for sure. And they used that to make it look like it had snowed. Speaking of greeting cards. Yeah, there's a sizing chart when you click on that website or that link for the t-shirts or the sweatshirts. When you click on there, there's a sizing chart, and they are by gender. So they have female sizes and they have male sizes, and then there's like a chart that comes up to let you know, the sizes and that kind of thing. This is not the one I was trying to get. Hold on. Which one is that? I'm coming. I'm getting something for y'all. Hold on. I'll be back. I wanted to get a couple sample of these greeting cards for y'all to hear, right? Because Tracy ordered some the other day, and she'll have them tomorrow. She ordered them on Saturday, and she'll have them tomorrow. But yeah, shut up, Bianca. But the t-shirts, they're men and women sizes, and I'm gonna have to go back and read y'all comments because y'all playing. My feet don't touch the ground. I just kind of glide. Terry said, y'all crazy. Laurel, I saw your order. It came under Janice Lee. I saw it. Thank you, Laurel. Laurel ordered her t-shirt, not this. To say it in the car. I mean, there's so much to say. T-shirt. So yes, I got it, Laurel. So we're halfway through. But remember, the t-shirts and the sweatshirts are not going to ship until we reach that threshold. So about another several of you need to order, and then they're going to ship, okay? So we have until October 15th to make the deadline, all right? So I wanted to read a couple of these greeting cards that I wrote. Oh, Tanya said I was gliding. Okay, so listen. I'm going to share with you some greeting cards. So these, I'm going to do an encouragement card, but I'm going to do the rest of my breakup cards. So here's a breakup card. And thank you guys for being patient. Thank you for waiting. Shut up. Tell me maybe I have on skates. So there was a woman who, these cards used to be carried in a store here in Atlanta. And she went into the store one day and she was shopping or whatever. And then she went up to the counter and saw like the rack with the cards on it. And so she asked the owners of the store, she said, do you guys know who make these cards? And of course, I knew the owners of the store. And so, well, not of course, but I happen to know the owners of the store. And they were like, yeah, we know him. Well, they gave this woman my phone number. This woman calls me on the phone, says she was going through a breakup. Or she was going through a divorce. And she was like, oh my God, I stood there and read all of your greeting cards. And she said, I ended up buying a bunch of them. And she bought like breakup cards, right? She mailed the breakup cards to her husband. And she said, I just wanted to let you know they did exactly what I wanted them to do. Like he burned the cards or tore them up or burned them or something and then put them back in her mailbox or something like that. But she and I ended up becoming friends. And so I want to share with you some of the breakup cards because people always say, breakup cards? I've never seen a breakup card. And that's actually how I met Brandy, the singer. These cards were in another store. And I was going in there to restock the cards. And she was in there getting her hair pressed.
Oh, gosh.
Look who done slid in the room. So I was going in there to restock the cards. And so a friend of mine was doing her hair, Brandy's hair. And they introduced me or whatever. And she's like, breakup cards. So that was kind of how we first met. So this breakup card says, let me let go. I can't allow you to drag me down this road through this cloud of uncertainty. I hope you don't find yourself on a lifelong journey going in and out of relationships in search of something better only to discover you had the best and it's gone. Baby. Short, sweet, and to the point. Here's another one. It's been coming for some time, but neither one of us wanted to face it. Nor did we want to believe what was destined to happen, the inevitable, the end. I'm sorry that we weren't perfect for each other. I'm even sorrier that it took us so long to discover something that was so obvious to everyone else. That's another one. Break up. Look at CeCe Peniston. She's still making money off this song. That hard singing.
You said that's your song.
I didn't say Finally was my song.
We were just about it the other day.
Keep on Walking was my song.
It was one of
Cocoa Skin. She sings so nasally. Let me give you a little bit. Let me give you. Way you feel about it, you just can't feel. Oh, I wish y'all could have caught him. Y'all didn't see him dancing. Did y'all see him dancing? Did y'all see him dancing? He was getting it. She said, all new Wendy. I hate you, Tam. She's singing all hard.
She gonna keep singing it. Watch.
All that vibrato and that nasally. Okay, so here's another breakup card. Whenever I think of what could have or should have been, I realize it will never be. I'm reminded of the many things I wanted to share with you, but didn't because of selfishness or fear of opening up to you. I'm just glad I got the chance to share a child with you. I can't think of a better person to share a child with. I have a coming out card too. It's on the website. The website is sayitintacard.com. Here's another breakup card. What are y'all talking about, Brandy? What are y'all talking about?
You mentioned it, bro.
I mentioned that that's how I met her. Because she was in a greeting card. She was in a salon where my cards were on sale. And she was like, breakup cards. And I was like, yeah. And that's how we became friends. What y'all talking about? I'm doing Brandy. I ain't doing Brandy. I let her have it in the book, though. The first one. I didn't really let her have it, though. Breakup card. This is one of my favorite ones. Today is a brand new day, but I've seen a day much like this one. Experience has taught me that every lesson repeats itself until learned. Thus, I can already see how this thing is going to play out. Some would argue that it's deja vu. I'd call it growth. We sometimes meet people with expectations of how they should fit into our lives. And other times we realize that we're going in different directions. The beauty of insight is that we see this early on before anyone gets hurt. It's a journey to find true love, and I wish you only the best in finding someone to take that trip. Yes, Deborah, sayitinaCard.com. I didn't let Brandy have it. Y'all need to cut it out. Y'all about as messy as Wendy. All right, so here's an encouragement card. One of my favorite ones. One of the craziest things about life is the ups and downs that are tucked away in every single day that await us. Sometimes sad times creep upon us. Other times we're overwhelmed with happiness. But let's not forget those days when everything that can go wrong goes wrong. But that's all a part of life. Every day should be a surprise waiting to unfold. If we could predict the happenings of every day to come, what would be the point of living? Enjoy life, the good, the bad, and the not so great. Yeah. I wrote all of these cards myself, and most of them I wrote to myself. Like the encouragement cards. I wrote a lot of those cards to myself. I was depressed. I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on with my career and why shit wasn't moving. And I literally be sitting there at a computer typing them in tears, writing those encouragement cards. I have encouragement cards, wisdom cards. So all of those cards I wrote to myself. The breakup cards were sometimes personal. Sometimes I just made them up. The birthday cards were made up. The belated birthday cards were made up. But the ones that spoke to me were the encouragement cards, the wisdom cards, trouble relationship, trouble friendship. Steven said he's going to send some breakup cards to some of his family. Can we have a cocktail? Can you make me a cocktail? Please? Because I don't want to leave the people again.
Oh my god.
I don't know why you trying to act all shy. As soon as I cut this thing off, he gonna be in here carrying on. And he over here dancing now, but see, I know by the time I pull the camera or look at him, he gonna stop. I hope he gonna wash his hands when he get my ice though.
I just stand from the restaurant.
Oh, you did?
I guess I'll take one too.
Oh, you gonna have a cocktail too? So we have a few things over here on the bar.
You know I don't drink like that no more.
Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, but on the website, you can read all of the cards. You can actually read the front and the inside. Oh, yeah, you know what? I could turn the ice maker on now. You know, usually my freezer is loaded with food. But since I've gone pescatarian, I don't have all that meat and stuff in there now.
You know Tiffany is too.
Tiffany is full of shit. What Carolyn say? She gonna send something to the church members. But I have thank you cards, belated birthday cards. Love cards, sympathy cards. Do we need to catch up with? Oh, you got the website up right here. Look at that.
I was really looking at it earlier.
I got congratulation cards.
You thought I was playing?
I got missing you card. Oh, I'm gonna read y'all a friendship card. Here's a missing you card. Y'all ready? Yes, Raymel, something for every occasion. Okay, here's a missing you card. So many times I wondered if we stood in the way of our happiness. Did we do the work to make things work? Or did we simply give up for fear of trying? As time continues to pass, I wonder how things could have been different. If I had just said, well, you know. I guess what I'm saying is that we've lost enough time. Why don't we give it another shot and see where things will go? I'm willing to try harder this time if you are. I'm missing you more today than yesterday, and even more tomorrow. I want to read your friendship card. It's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite friendship cards. This is one of the ones where you kind of like somebody and you really like them, and you try not to look too pressed, but you really pressed. This one says, I think we could be on to something wonderful because we got off on such a great start. It's not every day that we meet people that we click with immediately. We very well may be on our way to a lifelong friendship. That's not the one I wanted to read. Yeah. Wait, I'm gonna find. Oh, here's one of the coming out cards.
Coming out cards. Come on, Jennifer.
Okay, so this one says, you're my friend because, thank you. You know, when white people hand me my glass and their fingers all around my lip.
Yeah, I did that on purpose.
Right. Look. When people hand you your glass, don't let them have their hand all around the rim. If you were white, I'd have sent this back. Sir, ma'am. Cheers. Come over here so they can see us toast. Put your hand over here and stop playing. Cheers.
What we toasting to, motherfucker?
Friendship. And these people ordering these so much to say sweatshirts, t-shirts, and stuff. And greeting cards. Oh, that's good. What you put in here?
Yeah,
That's pretty damn good. No, nobody has ever sent me one of my own cards. Okay, so listen to this one. You're my friend because you were there for me when I rediscovered who I am. When I shed that first layer, you were there to help pull me out at my pace. You made it seem easy to do. You were so reassuring because you had already done the work that I was preparing to do. Your insight helped me negate some of the pitfalls that gay men are sometimes blind to. You helped me understand that I would remain the same person while others changed. You said, don't worry, your true friends won't care. You were right. They didn't care. Because of you, I was able to breathe easier. Thank you for being a great role model and friend. So that's one of the ones that I really like. That's the coming out card. But that still ain't the one I was looking for. Okay, here's the one this is the one I was talking about when you might have a little crush on somebody. So this one says, hold on, it's loading. I ain't just looking for dog hairs, Carolyn, when they touch my thing. You know, white people don't always wash their hands. And I know some of y'all black people don't wash your hands either when you go to the bathroom. But white people are notorious for it. Okay, so here's another friendship card. It's been some time since we first met and became friends. Well, sort of. You were pretty busy and I was too, so we never really got a chance to get to know each other. We only saw each other in passing, and that was on occasion. We only saw each other on occasion, and that was in passing. But from time to time, a thought of you would cross my mind. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I think you're kind of interesting, and just maybe I could really start to like you. Isn't that a nice one? Yeah.
Nice, buddy.
Thank you. Here's a housewarming card. Congratulations. Listen to this one. Now this one is shady. This is so me. Okay, now this is a shady congratulations card for somebody who just bought a house. It's about time you got out of that apartment.
But I like that. So that's what Aaron and I were having a discussion.
What?
And we were saying.
Now you want to talk. Now you want to talk. Look. See, I just had to give him a little. I just had to give him a little drink.
No, seriously.
Carla, which one did you like? I missed it. The love card? Well, the crush card. The one that says, I think I could really start to like you. That's under the friendship category. Go on under there, girl. Let me know if you want to get it, girl. What now? Wait, let me read this card first. This is a congratulations card. It's about time you got out of that apartment and bought your first home. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. There's no feeling like owning a home. This is just the beginning for you. I know it. Wishing you many great years and lots of memories. So it starts out shady, but it's sweet. Okay, now what happened, Aaron? What?
Aaron and I were discussing, and we were saying it would be cool if you did a shady line.
Mm-hmm.
Because your mouth is so
Delicious.
Exactly.
All of my friends say that my mouth is delicious. There's a word that I'm like I introduce you to this and stabbing. Oh, I got them talking about.
This was ours.
Yeah. Where did we start doing that?
We was at my house, and we just was like,
Okay. just got to gather a bitch. Got to gather a girl. And then like stabbing. Y'all know what stabbing is. Stabbing. You can light some candles, Terrence. Light some candles. He's spending the night, y'all. But wait, what was the other thing that I was just going to say? Oh, delicious. My mouth can be real delicious at times.
It is.
Real delicious. They said, welcome, Terrence. So here's another one. Now, this is a congratulations card. If I could give you anything as you graduate to the beginning of your life, I would give you a picture. Not just any picture, but one filled with all the self-doubt, confusion, and frustration that loomed over you when you started. You are living proof that patience, persistence, and perseverance pays off. Congratulations. Not just because you graduated, but for not giving up.
Yeah.
Isn't that a good one? Hey! Connected to the speaker. We about to do a concert now. I done got him a little juice, y'all. I got him a little juice.
Woo! I got connect from yours.
Mm-hmm.
But this is...
Take my iPad off of it. Yeah. Who got the first verse? I can't wait till we to school each day. And bells. All right, so look. This is the website. Say it in the card. You see I put them white children up there, amen? You see them white women I got up there? I love you.
Yeah, which one is yours?
Mobile speaker.
Yeah.
You see I put them white people up there on the website, amen?
Oh, I don't think it's on. Is it on?
What you over there doing? He done fucked up the music. I put white people. Eric said I'm using white people. I put white people on the website because you know how sometimes we judge each other. You know, black folks sometimes approach black businesses thinking that it's going to be subpar service. Y'all probably be thinking it's going to be typos and errors and shit on the greeting cards. And then white people ain't going to really support if they know somebody black own it. So I put some white people up there. It's a fair-skinned black woman up there on one of them. No, Terrence was never on a podcast.
No. Never will be.
Terrence was one of the producers, but he didn't disappeared off of his duties. Once I got it going,
And you were fine.
he said I was fine. I didn't need help anymore. Let me see. He didn't fuck the music up. Is it showing that it's connected to your phone?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Playing on my phone, but it ain't playing that. That's on.
You disconnected the
I did not disconnect.
iPad?
No. It's disconnected though, right?
Let me see. I can get you. Now see, I can't be singing up high like this tonight, because see, I'm drinking this vodka. Yeah, it's disconnected. Let me see. Disconnected. Oh, well, look, let me hold that. Let me see. Let it connect again. It'll make a noise. They saying play some New Edition. It's Ricky's birthday. Terrence said, we don't give a fuck about Ricky or his birthday. So
I don't know why it's not connected. It's saying it's connected.
a delicious mouth is a smart ass mouth. There it is. Now it's connected.
Whack ass shit.
Hey. Oh, he's starting it over. I do not own the music. I don't own the rights to this music. Thank you, Ken. I can't wait to get to school each day. My way. Do y'all still slow dance? I slow dance. And angels start to sing. Hey, that's the girl for you. That was shady. Hey, little girl, I love you. Up here. Oh, that ain't gonna give you no spotlight. Hit it though. Are we gonna take the long way home? Alone of how please be mine. That's real music. That's real music.
You ever find those more glasses?
Those what ones?
Favorite glasses?
The brown ones? No, I think I lost my sunglasses. I had a pair of brown sunglasses that were nasty. And I think I left them in a restaurant. We went to a restaurant. Huh? I think I left them at Debbie's Delights, a black-owned place. And I called back and was like, did I leave my sunglasses? They were like, well, we didn't see them. Modern day. Yeah, yeah.
You know what? You got some shit to be talking?
Oh, you hit me on my head and shit. Day and night, that's all I do. Whoa, I can't get you. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. You hear that background? Oh. Vodka usually strips my voice, and it gets really raspy. That's why singers, and I'm not a singer, but I'm not a singer, but that's why singers who are serious about their voice, they only drink brown alcohol if they're gonna drink, or they stay away from the white when they gotta sing. All right, what y'all want to hear? Yeah.
We taking requests now.
Well, no, we ain't take. Can I get a little Tevin Campbell after that? One of my Tevin Campbells. What you know about this? And I'm aware that we passed 10 o'clock too. Carolyn. Tell me we need 2 hours tonight.
To 2 hours.
Okay. Yes for the Jews. All he need is a little cocktail. All he need is a little cocktail. I'll give you the sun, the rain, the moon, the stars, and the mountains. I'll give you the world.
I can sing it over.
And all that you need for. God knew what he was doing when he didn't give me a voice.
Me too.
'Cause girl, I love you more than you should know. Woo. And that's for sure. I crossed the water sea. Nothing could discourage me. That you will be forevermore.
Forever what?
I can't. Take it back a little bit. I'll do it. Take it back. He likes when my voice falls off the note. He likes when my voice falls off the note. When it kind of, that Nancy Wilson Patti LaBelle. Hey. Thank you, Eric. My aunt said you ain't go back enough. My aunt Gloria, who was on the podcast today, she said to my mother, "Don't you think he can sing?" She's like, "No."
I ain't go back far enough.
Oh,
I can go back too far enough.
the world
What is it?
and all that you live for, and even more. I didn't do it as hard that time. 'Cause girl, I love you more than you should know. And that's for sure. Highest hill, cross the water sea. Nothing could discourage me. That you will be always. He be laughing at me when I be singing.
I'm not gonna rewind it no more. You need me to rewind it one more again?
It'll come back. I get it. I get it the next time. It did. Turn that AC up a little bit.
Got a little high.
It's this cocktail. When I was a kid, I used to want Kevon Edmonds' voice. In the mountain, I'll give thee. I'm fucking the words up. Can you take it back a little bit? I fucked his words up. And all that you need for, and even more. 'Cause girl, Aaron said I have a nice voice. I just need coaching. I agree. Ooh, and all that you need for, and even more. Hey, 'cause girl, I love you more than words can show. And nothing oh, I didn't know those words. Nothing could discourage me, and I'll pray that you will be always there for me forevermore. That's my register right there. Don't you know, you should know. Anything is liable to come out if I'm higher than that. Ooh, I'll give you more, you got to know it, baby. Look at Benita Betrell. Every little thing, baby. I sure don't know the words. You if you're not here to share my dreams. Right here, right here, right here. Ooh, and I dedicate my love, my soul, my heart beats for you. Girl, I can't get enough, 'cause I wait for your love. There's nothing that I'd rather do. He got bleach all in the back. Come here. Right. Come here.
I was just coming out the house. That's all.
Baby, is anything you need, just say it's your ready or not. Oh, baby, I'm gonna give you some more. Every little thing that I've got. Put my sister Tevin Campbell on. Oh. Y'all don't know about that.
Your followers don't know nothing about that.
Who is that, y'all? They know who that is. They know. Oh, darling, darlings. I done sipped right through this.
You about to jam?
Mm-hmm.
Me.
Let me get a little bit of this water.
You need a little lemon. What else you need? What else you need? You got
We left the bricks for the birds, turned Mo into Remy. From the bus to the Bentley cool. She talking about that ain't NE.
I don't know. It ain't.
Girl, you ain't ordered no t-shirt or greeting cards yet either. Or that second book, Carolyn. Life is good right now. I can't. Did you turn the air up? I done got a little.
I ain't know how to do.
Let me get the air.
Oh, you got a lemon right here.
Yeah, I got lemons over there. I got real
I have
lemons.
to do that for the next cocktail.
Right. So yeah, we about to get our second cocktail. But life is good right now. There are definitely things that I want to see happen in my life. Things that haven't materialized just yet. And I mean, it's really, to be honest with you, there are moments that I have that I sometimes wonder, is it really going to happen? You know, that thing that you want to happen. For some, it might be marriage. For some, it might be having kids. Some people, it's the career or business. So I definitely have those moments where I wonder, is it really going to happen the way that you want it to happen?
I don't think it's ever going to be how we envision it to happen.
But I've always heard people say that it happened bigger than they anticipated.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever going to be.
Well, no, I'm fine if it's bigger than because I dream fucking big. So if it's bigger than what I anticipate, then shit can be all right. But I still wonder at times, like, well, when? When is it going to happen? And how is it going to happen? Like, I get, and I think we all kind of get caught up in how. Like, because you can't really see how you're going to get from here to whatever that is that you're trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? But your job, and I always tell myself, your job is not to know or to try to figure that part out. Or to question it. Your job is just to do what you do and be great at it and love it and let God or the universe connect those dots. That's the God's universe. I mean, that's God's responsibility. And I truly do believe that whatever you pour into life, whether it's your relationship, whether it's your children, whether it's your career, whatever you invest in, whatever you pour your energy into, it has to come back. It's like a boomerang. Whatever you throw out, it has to come back because life would be unfair if it didn't. But I believe that life is fair. And I believe that whatever you aspire to and whatever you work towards, it has to come back to you. So for me, somebody asked, what is it for me? For me, it is, I truly want the books. I know I get on here and I joke and I play. But I really do want the books to, both books, the ones that I have out. Of course, I'm writing a third one, but I really do want the books to shape the way that we look at sexuality. I want us to be a bit more compassionate, a bit more open-minded, as black people especially, when it comes to sexuality.
The person that I love the most right now, not love the most, but I think is so inspiring is Magic Johnson. And how he treats his son. I think
Oh,
that
yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah, and I think that
He loves his son.
he does. I don't know if you guys could hear Terrence, but he was saying that the person that he loves right now is Magic Johnson's love for his son EJ, and I think that that's commendable. And I think that in their own way, whether we see examples of it or not, the fact that Magic Johnson openly loves his son, who's damn near transgender. Did I lie? But because Magic Johnson loves his son openly and is okay, that helps some fathers. That helps some black fathers.
Magic is an athlete.
Absolutely. So people who love and adore Magic Johnson were able to accept their own child because Magic accepts his. So for me, I want the books to really, in my prayer, like I do say to you guys every night, good night, Aaron. I say to people all the time, say your prayers. Like I literally pray every night. And one of the things that I pray is that God uses my work to reach, teach, and heal people. And I ask that they reach millions of people that I don't even know. Because I really think that I was called to tell that story. Like I never set out to write a book. Like that was not on my radar at all.
You was figuring it out.
I was figuring it out, yeah. And I really would love for the greeting cards to do some things. And so like Tracy, who ordered cards tonight or the other night, like that really kind of it reminded me like, don't let that go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that because I mean I hadn't really done anything with the greeting cards in a while. Like sometimes I'll do things if I'm commissioned, like I'll write wedding vows. I've done like greeting cards for like nonprofit organizations where they'll order like 250 of the same thank you card or something like that. So, but in terms of like these everyday cards, like breakup cards, like they just in stock. But when she ordered those cards the other day, it was a reminder, like, you can't let that go. Like that, like, you can't let that go. Maybe right now is not the time for you to put all your energy into that because I'm so occupied with both of the books and now this podcast, and I need to finish writing this third book. And I need to record the audio for the second book. So, I mean, I have enough on my plate right now, but I just really feel like the things that I want to do are to stage my play again. Like I really would love to put the play on tour. And then I have a second play that I've never even produced. I would love to be number one on the bestseller list for both of the books, I have a television show that I've been in. Listen, I've been working with Suzanne DePass. I think I may have told you guys before. I didn't even talk about it for a long time. But next month will be 5 years that we've been developing this TV show. Suzanne DePass is credited with discovering Michael Jackson and the show Daytime Divas that's on right now. She's an executive producer on that. She's in partnership with Wendy Williams on shit. But my thing is, if they sold that show tomorrow, like that could literally change my life. Like that. And God can do that. God can do it just like that. You know what I'm saying? So every day I wake up hopeful. Even when I'm frustrated. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times I am frustrated.
All day today.
He said all day today I was frustrated.
This morning.
Yeah.
Traffic.
Yeah.
So we got home.
And you know what it is? Thank you, Carolyn. But you know the thing is, and I try not to be frustrated with my station in life, my position, where I am right now, because I just believe that God appreciates a cheerful heart. A cheerful heart. And I feel
sometimes we really just gotta go back to being childlike.
you do. And Danielle said to me one time, she said, Craig, but I remember once upon a time, you were praying for the place you are right now. This position that you are in life. Because I've told you guys before, like, I didn't have a car. The car had been repossessed. It was like 6 months. I didn't have a car. And you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to be a working writer. And now I'm at that point where I'm selling the books. You know what I'm saying? I'm going on city to city. But now I'm wanting more. And there's nothing wrong with wanting more. But I think there's a fine line between gratitude and wanting more. You know what I mean? It's a really fine line between gratitude and wanting more. So it's okay to want more, but you got to be grateful for what you already have without sounding or being ungrateful.
Absolutely.
But like I want the work to like right now I'm still working, grinding to make these books work for me. Like I'm grinding to sell these books. I want the books to start working for me. Meaning, I want them to just, like, I just want to wake up and books would have already been sold. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to get to the point where it's like 30,000 books a month selling. You know what I'm saying? Like, right now, I'm selling books because I'm grinding. I'm jumping on a plane Thursday to go to Houston. And I'm not saying I don't want to do that. Like, I still want to be able to do that. But what I'm saying is, if I don't get out here and hustle and grind and you know what I'm saying? And it's like there's so much overhead. Like I don't think people really understand how much overhead that there is. Like that greeting card website, that shit ain't up there for free. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I pay a web hosting fee every month to keep that up there. Then you have Craig the Writer Stewart, that website. There's a hosting fee for that. And then the podcast. The podcast ain't free. I have to pay to do that every month. And then, of course, I'm paying to print these books. And, you know, I got to travel to different cities. And then these motherfucking lights ain't on for free. Yeah, I still got to live. You know what I'm saying? I got to put gas in the car every time I look up the goddamn car insurance is due. I'm so sick of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just... Huh? Yeah, it's due again. Shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so much to juggle. And so I just get tired of juggling. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for Oprah or somebody to find one of these books and be like, look.
I think the great thing you have, though, is a lot of people believe in your vision.
I think a lot of people do believe in what I'm doing. So that's the thing. I can't trade that.
You can't. So that's one of the things you should be grateful for.
I am grateful.
The Danielles.
The Danielles, the Angelas, the Terrences, I mean, it's a lot of people.
Yeah, you have a lot.
It's a lot of people that I'm really... Jamel. Yeah, I have a really good support system. But I'm better about asking for what I need, too. Like I tell you guys all the time, a part of taking care of yourself is asking and telling people what you need.
True.
A lot of people don't tell people what they need.
I don't.
You know how many homeless people are out there because they won't tell anybody what they need? A lot of people are homeless because of pride. They just won't speak up.
I never speak up.
Yeah, like you got to speak up. Because if I have it, I'll give it to you. If I have it, I'll give it to you. I might bitch and complain. No, depending on who it is and what it is, I ain't gonna bitch and complain. But, I just realized Tevin Campbell was on.
Yeah, because you were talking.
I was in the midst of my
sermon.
sermon.
It looked like you had some comments.
But I also think that part of the reason why most people don't follow their own dream is because of this fear, because of this anxiousness, of this not knowing how it's going to happen, and when it's going to happen, how long you're going to have to be in that grazing
and in society
space.
And life.
Yeah.
Take a huge part.
Right.
A huge part.
But I can see it. That tribe is important. But I can see it. Like, to be perfectly honest with you, and I think I shared with you guys one time before, when I was writing the first book 5 years ago, I remember waking up in the middle of the night, heart racing, slightly sweating, palms wet and shit, because I literally could see myself coming out to read or talk about the books. Or at the time, it was just one book. And I was so nervous because I was like, all these people are going to be looking at me. These people are going to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw it. I knew it was going to happen. I didn't know how it was going to happen, but I knew it was going to fucking happen. And this is what I say to them all the time.
I
Like,
think a lot of people don't know that side of you.
what?
That shy side.
Oh, yeah. I'm very shy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very shy. They probably would never believe that.
That was the first thing I recognized.
He said the first thing he recognized was that I was shy. I don't know if you guys can hear him. But yeah, I'm very shy. And so, like, if you meet me one-on-one and I'm not giving you all of this,
What is it?
all of this,
Who's mine?
no, that's my Swedish fish. He just threw my shit on the floor. But I saw it, and I tell them all the time, if you can see it, you can have it. And if you can see it, that is, your imagination is God's proof of what's possible in your life. Like, I really believe that.
Preach the rider.
Listen, because even when I was writing my stage play, before it happened, I used to see it, that I would come out and it would be sold out. And sure enough, it was the first time and the last time, not the second and third time. The second and third times it flopped. I didn't have dreams during those times. But I literally saw it sold out. Like, I knew it. I'm ready for another one too. Shit. I want a little lemon in mine though. Well, I don't know. Do we want lemon? Because this is peach.
I mean, let me give it a little. It's whatever you want.
A little zest. That'll work. I think God sends us all visions. I think most people are afraid to follow it.
Yeah, we have visions as a kid when you play with them Transformers or those Barbie dolls. You have them dreams then.
Playing with Barbie dolls.
When you're playing with your Transformers or when you're playing with your Barbie dolls. When you're a child.
As a kid, I played with Transformers and Barbie dolls.
What I'm saying is, we all have
Philip, what city are you in? Philip Matheson.
Oh, it's somebody underneath you there.
I don't hear that.
Oh, but you get mad at them.
Oh, but that's different.
It's not different.
That wasn't nothing.
No.
Yeah, please wash your hands because you coughing all in them. He's trying to get my ice after he coughed all in his hands. Did you guys listen to the podcast today? I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. Tomorrow on here. I'll talk about it tomorrow. My Aunt Gloria. Funny and ghetto. My Aunt Glow.
What makes something ghetto?
What makes something ghetto?
You said it's funny and ghetto.
I said she's funny and ghetto.
What makes her ghetto? Define ghetto.
My Aunt Gloria is ghetto because I got a little ghetto with me too. Yes, my aunt. Don't get it twisted. I got some ghetto in me too.
Tell me what that means. What is that?
She just hood. Like
Okay,
she, like she.
tell me.
Let me have that sip. Let me sip that. Like she cuts out coupons, goes and buys the stuff, and then sells the stuff to the people in the neighborhood.
That sounds like entrepreneur.
She's stealing.
How is that stealing if she's using coupons and buying and purchasing it?
When she resells it, that's stealing.
Well, white folks have been doing this the whole time.
Let me tell you what my mom used to say to me growing up. She said, let me tell you something. I'm not encouraging you to steal, but if you're going to steal, don't go stealing no thousands. You need to steal millions. She said, see, black folks, we just afraid to do the shit white folks been doing all along.
That's what it says.
Right. I'm glad you like my Aunt Gloria. LaTracy, Carolyn, Bianca, Aaron. Yeah, that Aunt Gloria, that Gloria is something else. My mother's trying to get her to move to Atlanta now. Because she's still in Baltimore.
That would make her feel better.
Yeah, she'd get off my nerves, son. My mother got on my nerves so bad today. Oh my gosh, she got on my nerves today. It's like, and so like yesterday, Bianca said it's called hustling. No, I don't knock her at all.
Exactly.
Philip Matheson, what city are you in? I know it's definitely hustling. I'm just giving her a hard time because let me tell you something. If I took you into my pantry over here, all of that detergent that's up there, I got at least a year's supply of detergent. I got detergent up there that I bought from her.
Exactly.
Fabric softener and shit. But my mother called me yesterday twice. She called me yesterday. I was taking a nap, so I didn't answer. And then she called me like last night, like 11 something. But I got into bed early last night because when I say I partied. You're in Port of Spain, Trinidad, Philip? Oh, you listening from Trinidad?
Philip?
No, this is somebody else.
I thought it was
No, not him. But she called me last night after 11, and I was in bed early because I had a fun-filled weekend.
it sound like it.
So she come
I
call.
didn't even know all of this went on.
Right. So she come calling me after 11 o'clock. I let her go right to
I
voicemail.
don't know how to tell you.
Then when I called her today, she gonna say, I called you twice yesterday. I said, I know. I was asleep. But sometimes you just don't feel like being bothered, even with your mother. And it's okay. I didn't feel like being bothered. Philip, are you listening to my podcast down there in Trinidad and Tobago? Because I look at the demographics and I see people in Trinidad and Tobago watching. Croatia, they listening in Barbados. So are you one of the people listening in Trinidad and Tobago? It's called So Much to Say. Yes, that's what I got, Carolyn. Pods. The lemon gives it a nice little zing. I was going to go to the farmer's market yesterday, but I'm leaving for Houston Thursday, so it just didn't make sense to go and get fresh produce. I was going to get a bunch of produce, like kale, spinach, all that kind of shit, because I'm going to do a juice every morning. Every morning. Yeah, I got that, Philip. But my question is, have you ever listened to the podcast? Are you listening to the podcast called So Much to Say? Because I see, when I look at the demographics, I see people listening in Trinidad and Tobago.
You done with this?
Yeah. We still got to watch VH1, though.
Yeah.
We still got to watch the VH1 Honors. I may end up talking about that shit tomorrow, too.
And they usually do a good job, though.
They usually do.
Yeah, they production.
They usually do. You put on H-Town?
Now it's just going.
Oh. What happened to H-Town? Wonder where they working.
Remember, one died.
Yeah, one of them died. But they ain't make enough money that they could just be living. You ever wonder where these old artists be working? Like FedEx, Social
Some of them
Security,
do, yeah.
Athlete's Foot.
When he was just talking about Janice's brother, he was working at Ralph's in LA.
I heard her say Ralph's, but I didn't know.
But she get it wrong, so I never know what she
You never know. She telling the truth. So wait a minute. Wait.
But you know, like, Dwayne from What's Happening, he's a camera guy.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
You remember Dee from What's Happening? She was like she was a veterinarian.
She is, yeah.
We're gonna watch the VH1 Hip Hop Honors. It came on tonight at 9, and so depending on what's on there, I may talk about it tomorrow. But I definitely want to talk about my Aunt Gloria tomorrow because I didn't talk about it today. I try to give you guys time to listen to it before I talk about it, so that you all aren't saying like, "Well, what you talking about?"
Legs swell. Looking like a swan. Like
You were too much. So she said, which one of Janet's brothers work at the Ralphs?
the youngest one.
Who?
The one that's right above her.
What's his name?
Randy?
They said the VH1 Honors was good.
Yeah,
Philip, I know you're in Port of Spain, Trinidad. I'm asking you, have you listened to the podcast? It's called So Much to Say. It's free. I'm a little hungry.
I'm need to eat nothing.
I'm gonna eat. I've only eaten What, 2 times a day? 3? When I was eating meat, I was eating 5 times a day.
I know.
I really think I need to eat something else, though.
You don't got nothing.
I got shit in that freezer. I have.
Strong black woman.
Terrence said I'm a strong black woman.
I got shit in that freezer. Such a strong black woman.
Strong black woman. I'm about to put my hair rollers in.
Well, something always.
Put my nightgown on.
To say, I wish they could see you sit. Can I do
They don't need to see how I'm sitting now. Mm-mm. They don't
Oh,
need-
but you want to show me.
they don't need to
But
see
they
all
can't
that.
see how you sit.
Mm-mm.
How you do? Oh, shoot. Did I mess something up?
No, I'm reading a note. Oh, Philip. Yes, I'm familiar with the Caribbean. I'm asking you, are you listening to the podcast down there in the Caribbean? I grew up with with West Indians. It's in the first book. I grew up with...
And I used to eat their food.
I used to eat their food. I used to eat porridge. I used to eat tamarind balls. I drink Morby. I drink sorrel, porridge. I know all of that. So yes, I'm familiar. They're from Tuna Puna, which is in Trinidad. Godfrey, I got your order for the sweatshirt. The So Much to Say podcast sweatshirt. I appreciate it.
You can be so sweet sometimes.
Oh, so you just found out about the podcast, Philip. Okay, awesome. Awesome. But Godfrey, I really appreciate your order. I really, really, really do. You're the first person to order the hoodie. Godfrey, what city are you in, Godfrey? If you guys want to order So Much to Say podcast, sweatshirt, t-shirt, v-neck, the link is up here.
Do I get artwork all right?
You ain't done nothing.
Was it some of the little picture?
That was from a photograph. So let me tell you about this one right here.
No. It was a joke.
Let's talk about this. Say it in the car. What we gonna do with that? And then Tony Fennell. Have you been listening to my podcast? So Much to Say. This ain't it. I'm usually having the shirt on, but
You just want to touch your little breast.
they know I got.
And the little ache up.
Yeah, they know I got a little something up under. It's dangerous up under these clothes. I'm here to tell you.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's dangerous.
Shoot me now.
It's dangerous. Tony Fennell. I host a podcast called So Much to Say. We have paraphernalia now. Women's V-necks, hoodies for men, women, t-shirts. The link is up here if you're interested. But yeah, Godfrey, I appreciate your order. I really do.
They was hot too. Oh my God. That's
Tony, I mean, LaTracy, what you want to ask? What's his name? Raphael Sadiq. He's still doing shit though.
Oh my God, yeah.
He's still
He
doing
went
shit.
like this.
Yeah, Terrence ready now. He didn't. That cocktail and lightened his ass up.
I don't need too many though.
He don't need too many because he go from nice to surly. Surly. There's your word too. S-U-R-L-Y. Surly.
Mean and
Tick, tick, boom. Let me tell you how the first time I met him.
Oh my God.
What we gonna do about say it in the card? That's my greeting card business. sayitinacar.com. What are we going to do about Say It in the Car?
No, I was saying it would be cool to have like a little shady little section.
Can we get this one off the ground? You trying to put me back to work.
I need to always work out.
So let me tell you how I met this one.
For real.
When I tell you I just moved back here, I hadn't even moved back here yet. And it was a taping. Okay, they said Terrence seemed to be a cool guy. He is when he want to be. So let me tell you this. So, you know Miss Lawrence. He's on Star now. And he's on, he was on Empire like once. He was on Housewives. So I know him. So he had this, he had a salon here. I think he still has his salon.
He said last night he's retiring.
From what?
Doing hair.
Oh, really?
He said I watched what happened live.
So
In 2 weeks.
he gonna retire in 2 weeks. How you retire in 2 weeks? When you say you're gonna retire, she's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna retire next year.
I mean, he has a last day, October, I guess.
Oh, so he gonna retire? But he,
In October.
oh, okay. When I first met Miss Lawrence, I don't know if I'm gonna tell that on here, but I ain't gonna tell that on here. How I met Lawrence. I was going to whip that ass. But anyway, let me go back. So I met Terrence because, what's up, Jacinto? Miss Lawrence had an event at his salon, and they were doing a taping of Housewives. Now, I don't think I knew that they were taping Housewives, because I've told you guys, I've been on a few of them episodes, but I always be ducking and shit in the back. So if you ever see me ducking in the back, I'm always ducking. So it was an event at his salon, and I didn't know that. And you know, Will and Neil, they were dying to go. And so since I had the invite, they were like, "Ooh, Boo Thing, are we going? We going?" So they were dying to go.
Oh my God.
So we went. What?
Come over here.
Come over here. He ready to get on camera now, y'all.
No.
Come on.
I'm just. It got hot. I'm gonna put my sweatshirt back.
So me and this one.
Oh God.
So I'm at the let me move it back.
Thank you.
So we're at the salon, and so it was an event, and they ended up taping an episode of Housewives. And so, you know, we were there, and you know, we had drinks and, you know, whatever. So I'm ready to go. I done jumped on my broomstick.
You did what?
Jumped on my broomstick. So I'm driving out of the parking deck. And so I pull out of the parking deck, and I hear a glass crash on the ground. I see the cameraman running outside, the man with the boom microphone. I see the lights, and I'm in my broomstick. I was in Angela's broomstick. I didn't have a car. So I'm on Angela's broomstick, and I'm like, I hear this one. I see the cameras and shit running out behind him. Fuck them bitches. I don't give a fuck about none of them. I don't need none of them hoes. I was like, dear God, thank you for peace and grace. Thank you for getting me out of here before all of this ruckus and commotion and brouhaha. This one comes out. He has on a chapeau hat. He has on a chapeau. He had on these little glasses. He had on something tied around him like this.
Actually.
Yes, you did. Oh, I remember it like it was yesterday. And when I tell you that thing had Tasmanian Devil, I was like, oh my God. So I get in my car.
Technically, you didn't meet me.
I didn't meet him. I just saw him. Breeze by like a thief in the night. So then fast forward, the same two friends that bugged the hell out of me about going to the event invited me over to Bar One. Now, if you guys watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, you know Bar One. So we went over to Bar One, and I still have the picture. It's on my Facebook somewhere.
Seriously?
Yes. And we're at Bar One.
You had them corduroys.
I had on them, yes, them rust-colored corduroys.
I remember.
that were fitting me like a glove.
They was feeling like something.
They were fitting me like
How
a
you
glove.
doing?
How you doing? So we at bar one. This one
Got me over here drinking.
comes. I see him sauntering around in the place. I said, "Oh Lord, here's that tick tick boom. Here's that Tasmanian devil. I don't need him coming nowhere near me." When I tell you, he ended up coming a completely different person. Completely different person. I was just like, "Oh, he does have some sense."
I'm a sweetheart.
Until he has some red wine. Don't give him no red wine.
Why does everybody say that? The red wine.
Let me tell you something. Two people who don't know each other can't tell the same lie on you. So if I said it in somebody else, is there another bad bitch
This
in
is
here?
motherfucker.
That's a lie. That's a line from Blackish, y'all. Is there another bad bitch in here?
Rhonda.
Rhonda. That was. If y'all don't watch Blackish, I'm disappointed.
Oh,
But
shit.
there was an episode of Blackish where they were spoofing Empire,
Mm-hmm.
and so Jennifer Lewis, who did she say she was? She said she was Cookie.
Yes.
So Jennifer Lewis was.
Is there another bad bitch?
So Jennifer Lewis was basically saying that their family was emulating Empire. So Jennifer Lewis was saying she was Cookie.
She named all the characters.
She named all of the characters. She gave each of them. So then when Tracy Ellis Ross was like, "Well, who is Cookie? Where am I?" She said, "Which one am I?" She said, "Rhonda, the white girl." And then Tracy Ellis Ross was
No,
like,
she said Rhonda, and then Tracy Ellis Ross said
"The white girl." The white girl. And so then Tracy Ellis Ross was like, "Well, who is Cookie?" And Jennifer Lewis did like this. She said, "Is there another bad bitch in this house?" Meaning she was Cookie. That shit was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
But when I tell you we quote lines from movies and TV shows all the time.
I think that's our thing.
All the time. All right, y'all done got real quiet. So good night. We'll see you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9:00.
Now he's another great person, I think.
Babyface. Yeah, I want to know how much money he got.
That Babyface and Tony Braxton.
That album was everything. She better put out a new album, but I don't know if it's really gonna do anything. See, she hasn't really grasped how to market yet. Cause you know what she should have done? Cause the album is about to come out, but when is Braxton Family Values coming on?
Mm-hmm.
See, she should have had the album come out while that show is running.
But we don't know. It could be.
I don't think it's about to come back on yet, though. I could be wrong.
That's all I know is those shows are like the greatest publicity.
Yes. So like if for example, like if the show is coming back in October, the album should have come out in October, November, or something like that.
Randall just joined.
Because what they need to
So
do.
don't you supposed to say hi? Hey, Randall.
Hi, Randall.
Since you don't want to say hi.
No, I
Rude.
don't always notice when they join. Like
Alvin just joined.
Hi, Alvin.
Say hi.
hi, Randall and Alvin. We're selling so much to say podcast T-shirts, sweatshirts. There's a link up there. He said hello.
What up, Randall? Look, now you got me all hyped.
He's so congenial now.
Is there another?
Is there another bad bitch in this house? So
I know that's right, Randall.
So
like Randall.
I think that what
Where
they
you from, Randall?
Oh
yeah,
my
I'm
God.
taking over.
I think that what they should do, I think what Tony should have done was set her release date for when Braxton Family Values is
She
airing.
does have a beautiful voice.
She does have a beautiful voice. And then like what she should do is every time you see her on that show, on that series, she should be in the studio. You should hear little snippets of the album. That's what pulls you in. It makes you want to buy it. See, she hasn't learned that yet.
You're having a conversation I just had with somebody else.
Yeah, like that's how you market an album now. He's in Columbus, Georgia, by way of Oakland, California. Thank you for your history.
Yeah.
Now, Randall, the question that I have is, see, Tamar is doing that. Tamar is the queen of that. She invents.
It's smart.
It's smart. It's marketing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you do, because if every time you see Tony on that show and you hear little snippets of the album, it pulls you in. It makes you want, it introduces you to the album. Okay, so Randall, I want to know if you're listening to the podcast. Have you subscribed to my podcast, So Much to Say?
Oh, good night, LaTracy. That's it.
Good night. Huh? So, Randall, it's on SoundCloud, Spotify, Google Play, all of those places. But we now have paraphernalia. We have merchandise. We have hoodies, V-necks for women, T-shirts.
Oh.
I also asked if you're listening to the podcast.
Because I think Randall just got smart with it.
I think Randall tried to
gather.
Did Randall just try to? Randall?
He said, "You asked."
You asked. I didn't ask. You asked. So he gathered your ass.
Well, damn.
Are you subscribed to the podcast? And we have sweatshirts and T-shirts and things. Do you own my books? Let's start there. Where the other one?
Not up here.
There ain't another one over here?
And I ain't getting up to go get
It
one.
fell right here. That's part 2. What you know about this Kevon Evans album, or this song, or it just came on?
It's my little playlist. It's called Craig Playlist. You want to see?
Why is it called Craig Playlist? I love this song.
It's my Craig playlist.
Why is it called the Craig Playlist? This this playlist you listen to when you be jacking off, think about me? This the playlist you be listening to when you be jacking off, thinking about me?
That's why it went on.
It still says Craig Playlist though.
It is.
So why is it called Craig Playlist?
Not you guys.
Oh, Carolyn be hollering.
No, about Randall.
Randall, you still ain't answered my question. Ain't his mouth delicious?
His mouth is delicious.
It's delicious, baby.
Delicious.
But I gave y'all some words tonight. I gave you surly, and I gave you approbation. Why is it called Craig Playlist?
Oh my gosh.
I'm just asking. Because communication is our partner. Clarity is our friend.
Is it?
Yeah.
So what you trying?
Who got something on this Georgia Power bill right here? Y'all got something on this Georgia Power? Who got something on this Georgia Power?
Oh,
that's my friend Torrance.
the other one with the doggy.
Yeah, I told you guys about my friend Torrance that was here and his dog. passed.
What is those little things?
They laughing.
I don't want to read this stuff.
No, he just said thank you for opening up your home and allowing me, Blake and me, to crash a few days. So listen, my friend Torrance, I didn't want to tell y'all too soon because it was just too fresh. And I don't know if he would be on here listening. But remember my friend Torrance was here and he stayed and he had the dog and I videoed me and the dog. Well, we had gone out one
It was a
day.
new dog too, right?
Yeah, the dog was only 2 years old. It was a miniature schnauzer. And so Torrance and I had gone out. That's Torrance. This is Terrence. So Torrance and I had gone out for the day. And I brought y'all on because we were in the mall. Remember, we were in Phipps Plaza and all that stuff. And so his dog was here at the house. And when we came back, I noticed it was like some powder and stuff on like a bag. She told me, is that Terrence's leg I can see? Yeah, that's Terrence's leg. And so when I came back, there was like a powdery substance like on this bag in my room. He had been in my room. And so I said to Torrance, I said, what is this white stuff? I said, what is this powder? And then I saw like some paper shredded up in the room where Torrance was staying. Well, come to find out, the dog had got hold of, now mind you, the day before that, he got hold of my passport. And he had chewed it a little bit, not so much where I can't use it, but he had chewed it up. So when we were leaving out that day, he was like, Craig, you don't have anything on the floor that he gonna get to, right? Or she gonna get to. I said, no, I don't have anything on the floor. Well, wouldn't you know, he had left some vitamins. It was like a vitamin bottle. It was like one of them 5-hour vitamins. Mm-hmm. Not liquid, it was a pill. And the dog had got hold of it, obviously got the little bottle open, chewed some of the shit up. Well, 2 of the ingredients in the damn thing is fatal to dogs, and it killed his dog. Now the dog wasn't dead here in the house. Thank God. Because I'd have been all to pieces. Who would have
Still all the pieces.
I was all the pieces, and it wasn't even my dog. So I mean, can you just imagine how he took it?
Are you about to cry now?
No.
Why are you getting so angry?
No, I wasn't about to cry. No. So when we came back, I opened the door and I was like, Blake, like usually she'd be right at the door. Like she'd hear us coming to the door. And this time she didn't. And so when we came in, she was in the room. And I was sitting right here doing something. And so I hear him come and say, Craig, I'll be back. I'm going to the 24-hour vet. She didn't ate some of this some of this pill. At this point, he didn't know it was fatal. So he was being a little rough with the little carrying thing that she was in, and sat it down all hard, and he was upset with her because she was convulsing. The dog was convulsing. So about 30 minutes after he left, so I said, you might want to take this bottle so they can see the ingredients. So I gave him the bottle. And about 30 minutes later, he called me and was like, listen, it has 2 ingredients that's fatal, that can be fatal to a dog. And so she's either going to live or she's going to pull through. But they're about to give her a muscle relaxer because she was convulsing at this point, right? So they were trying to give her a muscle relaxer so she would stop, like, shaking and going on. And so he said that her esophagus may close and she'll just stop breathing. Baby, when I tell you, he was on the phone with me. The vet came and said, we need to talk to you. So he got off the phone. He said, I'm going to call you back. They're calling me now. 15 minutes later, he sent me a text, my dog is dead. That was the text, my dog is dead. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, I was crushed. Because the dog was so sweet. Like, I literally was just running around in here with her today. Like, she'd have a toy, and she would get the toy and come towards me. Like, she wanted me to chase her, so I would act like I was going to chase her. And she'd take off running, and she'd come back when she realized I wasn't chasing her. And so then I started literally chasing her. So she'd run around here, and then I'd come this way and meet her, like, right here. And then she'd stop and go back that way, and then I'd go back that way and meet her right there. So, I mean, we had just done that day. And when he said she died, it was just so hard to conceptualize that I was just running with this dog. Like life is just that quick. Look at Quentin. Look at Q. What's up, Funky Dineva?
Q dog.
You bitch. Funky Dineva, I asked your punk ass to come on my podcast. So much to say. Why you can't come on my podcast? This is not the podcast. I want you to come on my podcast. It's called So Much to Say. It's on Spotify. I had to think about it. It's on Spotify, SoundCloud. Don't get new because you're on that little tired talk show with Quad and them girls.
Not tired.
Now his shady ass.
I had to go get some water.
Funky Dineva. Funky Dineva. Look at them, they laughing now. They laughing. Look. Funky Dineva. Quentin Latham.
Call him Q.
Quentin Latham. Q. DJ Q. You gonna come on my podcast?
Oh my gosh.
So the dog was dead, and I was just like
You
devastated.
just go right back into that.
Yeah, because Funky down there trying to act like she don't hear me talking to her now. So I called him after he sent me the text that my dog is dead. I said, what do you want me to do? Do you need me to do something? What you need from me? He's like,
I'm late.
oh, listen, when I log in at this time, they be in here ready to talk.
Oh, silence.
What's up, Robert Dillard? When you first came in, Robert, I thought it said Ricky Dillard. I had to look again.
Come on, Ricky.
Right.
Pretty Ricky.
So I called him, and he was all to pieces. Like, he was crying. Like, I couldn't even understand what he was saying. And he was like, I have to call you back. You know, I just can't talk right now. And he was staying in my house. He was supposed to stay for a week. And he ended up leaving. He packed his stuff up and said he needed to go stay in a hotel because he needed to be alone. He needed to be alone. So that was that.
That was that.
Yeah, I felt horrible. But every single day I would call him and I would text him and check on him to make sure he was okay. I gave him one of my sympathy cards. I left a sympathy card in there for him when he packed his stuff up. And he didn't listen. He didn't read it right away. Facebook, don't block me. That's him playing this. I don't own the rights to this. He's so inconsiderate and rude.
Why I got to be all that? Ooh, it's gone.
I need a haircut before I go to Houston.
I need one too.
I got to shut the Houston children down when I get down there.
Can you just...
I got to shut them down. And I'm going to wear something tight and low slung because I'm trying to sell books. Put what in my standard message, Ray Mel? I'm gonna wear something tight and low slung.
Cause you were what?
Cause I'm trying to. Cause I'm a strong black woman. I'm trying to sell these books.
Not Ricky Dillard.
Okay, I thought that was Ricky Dillard. Oh, okay, Raymel. Okay, I'll do that.
Ramel's the one with the phone.
Yes.
Who was on the phone.
That's the one that called me the other day.
Hey, Raymel.
That's Raymel.
Did you do your part?
No, I still got to call AT&T because I'm gonna go ahead and leave AT&T. I'm gonna leave AT&T because I need to get back over to Verizon. I can't be fooling
And
with
you gonna
AT&T.
lose your number?
I'm gonna have Ray Mello look to see if I can bring my number back. I would like to keep my phone. Are y'all angry drunks?
He does piss
Ain't
me
nobody-
off.
ain't nobody-
Maybe you do piss me off.
Ray Mel, ain't nobody told no business yet.
Oh my gosh.
Hey Tiki Washington, when you gonna order some of them T-shirts, girl? Some of them so much to say T-shirts or sweatshirts or something.
What you looking at?
The information is up here. I'm looking on my iPad and my email to see if any T-shirt or sweatshirt orders came through, hoodies, or any book orders or something. Nothing. See, I just got. They just sitting here want me to carry on. Right. All right. Good night. Because I done spent too much energy on here. I ain't sold one book or sweatshirt. All right. Have a good night.